Bulls Nation, we've made a lot of things official from the Chicago Bulls account, and ladies and gentlemen, another one has been confirmed to be official. The Chicago Bulls has finally announced probably their key signing over all of the signings that we have made in free agency. We've signed DeMar DeRozan, a pretty interesting player, a great player in my opinion, and someone that I believe can help this team tremendously going forward. And this video is going to be discussing the ways that I believe DeMar DeRozan will help improve this team and improve the players on this team. Without further ado, let's discuss DeMar DeRozan and his impact on the Chicago Bulls in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to DeMar DeRozan. The official announcement of DeMar DeRozan signing for the Chicago Bulls on the Chicago Bulls social media accounts has been one of excitement. Of course, this was already bound to happen. This has been well known for a while now, but the Chicago Bulls making this official makes it official in my eyes, and all the more exciting to see what's to come with a player like DeMar DeRozan on our team. Can only be excited about that. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about DeMar DeRozan playing on this team and what do you think he'll bring to this team. Now, of course, before we go any further into that, we have to talk about the departures of the Chicago Bulls that have also been made official. So first things first, Al-Farouq Aminu is a player that will be leaving the Chicago Bulls to join the San Antonio Spurs. In my opinion, Al-Farouq Aminu was a player that I didn't really get to see the best of. So it's kind of hard for me when he only really played, I think, 6 games for the Chicago Bulls to say I'm going to miss him or to say I'm sad it didn't work out. I kind of felt like Al-Farouq Aminu was kind of the player that we had to take on to get Nikola Vucevic, and it wasn't necessarily let's use both players. It's just, oh, we had to get Al-Farouq Aminu to get Nikola Vucevic, we'll take it. That type of situation, and we had to deal him on now to the San Antonio Spurs. But that doesn't mean I still think he can't turn his career around. That doesn't mean I don't think he can't do very well for the Spurs. Again, I've known him from the Portland days where he was a very good role player and he was a starting player for some of those games as well. And I still think he can get back to that. But again, I'm not going to miss Al-Farouq Aminu because I didn't really see him play. I didn't really see what he could do. But yeah, this is kind of one that's like, okay, it is what it is, I guess. I'm not going to feel terribly upset about it. I'm not going to feel sad that this happened. But also, I have faith that he could turn it around if he gets the proper game time and the proper management. And the Spurs seem to be one of those teams that do very well when it comes to management. We'll see if he even stays on the Spurs. I don't know if he's been bought out or not at this time. I really don't know with the situation. But goodbye to Al-Farouq Aminu. Hopefully it works out in your next adventure with the Spurs or any other team. And Thaddeus Young, the hardest one to lose out of this trade. Thaddeus Young was a player that had his career goal, or I guess his main objective for this team is to make it to the playoffs. And it really does suck that he's probably not going to see us get to the playoffs, because we will get to the playoffs without him, unfortunately. He won't be here to witness it and to take part of it. So it is a bit upsetting in that area. But again, with Thaddeus Young, he was a player on an expiring deal. He was performing his best for the Chicago Bulls. It's a two-way standard here. He was performing so well for us, but at the end of the day, we had to sacrifice someone because DeMar DeRozan is an all-star player, and Thaddeus Young was someone with a very high trade value. And he showed his trade value in what we got with DeMar DeRozan. He showed that in abundance. So I'm not sure if he's going to get bought out either. There's more rumors about Thaddeus Young getting bought out and potentially going to Phoenix. What a player Phoenix would be getting. Honestly, that's the player that I feel the Phoenix Suns need. A player like Thaddeus Young on their team. And I really think they could do damage with Thaddeus Young on their team. So if that's the case, great for the Phoenix Suns. If the Spurs keep him, I think you're getting a good veteran. And I'm sure the Spurs know a lot about good veterans. They've had a bunch of them over the years. And that's the reason why they won so many championships. Fantastic, great veterans. Obviously, Thaddeus Young isn't a Tim Duncan, but he's still a solid player. And I think he'll do solid for the San Antonio Spurs. But now DeMar DeRozan. What is DeMar DeRozan going to bring to this team? You can look at this in so many ways, and so many ways you would probably be correct. So I'm going to try and say as much as I possibly can when it comes to DeMar DeRozan. And if I miss something, that's the player that you're getting, where you're going to miss some things that he could add to the repertoire and make the Chicago Bulls even better. First things first, we were one of the worst teams when it comes to free throw attempts, going to the free throw line, getting foul calls when it comes to cutting to the basket. For a team that was so slashing oriented, the Chicago Bulls got a lot less foul calls compared to a lot of other teams in the leagues, which made us make less free throws. We were one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the NBA, purely because we didn't have a lot of free throw attempts compared to the rest of the league. DeMar DeRozan is an elite player that gets to the line. That's something that we're going to strongly see with DeMar DeRozan. He's going to be a player that will get us some easy free throw attempts, and he's a good free throw shooter as well, and he will be able to get to the line at an effective level. And I see that not changing in the Chicago Bulls. I absolutely see DeMar DeRozan being a key solver of the issue of getting to the line. Zach LaVine can get to the line. DeMar DeRozan now will get to the line as well. And we have two capable players in those areas that can shoot a lot of free throws for us. Not to mention that Kobe White was a 90% free throw shooter as well. So we have some ballers at the line, ladies and gentlemen, but we just didn't seem to get there enough. Hopefully this year with DeMar DeRozan, we could improve that area a lot, because that, especially with how many close games that we did have last season, sometimes those attempts mean everything to the team. And those attempts could mean, instead of 9 more wins than last season, you could have had maybe 15 more wins than last season, just purely because of how close some of the games were. These are very important aspects that I feel is very important to mention. He will get us to the line, and he'll be able to get us some easy buckets there. And that's something I really want to see when it comes to DeMar DeRozan, and something I really want to see out of the Bulls in general. That's what he's going to bring to this team. We've always talked about Lonzo Ball as being a playmaker on the Chicago Bulls. Lonzo Ball is an effective fast break playmaker. He's able to make the right plays in a fast transition game and get easy layups, get easy dunks, alley-oops, highlight plays. One of the weaknesses of Lonzo Ball is his set plays. He's not always going to be a player that finds the right person on a set play, or when you have to slow it down, or the half-court game. And that's where DeMar DeRozan, I think, can play a major impact on this team. Again, multiple ball handlers on this team, multiple players that are willing to pass the ball. You get multiple looks, you get multiple players that can run that point guard position, that point forward position. DeMar DeRozan can do that. DeMar DeRozan was one of the better pick and roll players in the league, was one of the better isolation players in the league, and he was able to do that effectively and make the right plays to open teammates, because players had to double him. Players had to make sure that he didn't get easy buckets, he didn't get his mid-range shots, he didn't get to the line, all of these things which led to a lot of open teammates. DeMar DeRozan, in my opinion, has been far and away an elite playmaker for the San Antonio Spurs, especially in their last season, averaging 7 assists. I don't expect DeMar DeRozan to average 7 assists for the Chicago Bulls, but I do see him being a viable playmaker on this team and someone we can rely on to make a play for us when we desperately need it. And the fact that we can have Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic out of the post to make plays when we need it is very good to have. And of course, Patrick Williams is someone we're trying to develop that into him as well. So 5 potential players there that can make a play in the starting lineup. We're going to be very unpredictable, and DeMar DeRozan is a big part of that. Obviously, the key thing here, the mid-range killer. I like to call DeMar, I'm not sure if this name has already been taken or not, but I came up with it myself, and if someone else has already used it, then credit to them. I call him Dead-Eye DeRozan. That's my nickname for DeMar DeRozan. I'm not sure if that's already been given to him, and if it has, congratulations. But this man, when it comes to the mid-range shot, is absolutely lethal. He's one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA, and the art of the mid-range has been lost, and a lot of people call DeRozan an old-school type player because the mid-range shot in the old-school days was the shot for a lot of NBA teams. DeMar DeRozan would have fit right into that, but with the ability and the rest of the team that we have around us, having a mid-range assassin, having a Dead-Eye DeRozan absolutely makes us a better team. Again, we don't always see mid-range shots with the Chicago Bulls, but we are more of a team that likes the post. We like to shoot threes. Why can't we add some mid-range shooting into there as well? Again, diversity in our scoring and in our shot selection will be massive. He's going to help Patrick Williams so much, in my opinion. Patrick Williams has a mid-range shot that I believe is one of the best in the league already. He doesn't use it enough, but imagine what it's going to be like learning from one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA today, and probably in the NBA in general, in DeMar DeRozan. Imagine what that's going to be like for Patrick Williams to take DeMar DeRozan, learn from him every single day, train with him every single day to get the right shot selections, to be able to make the right play when it comes to a pick and roll, or make the right play when it comes to the mid-range shot. And all of these things, Patrick Williams, in my opinion, can replicate DeMar DeRozan's offensive game. I have no doubt about it in my mind. That's how talented Patrick Williams is. If he's able to have a DeMar DeRozan offensive type games, with the ability to score from the three-point line, we've got a fantastic player here and a two-way capability player as well. This is a perfect signing to help Patrick Williams as well. While we're winning games, while we're training and becoming an elite team, Patrick Williams will learn from one of the best, learn from multiple of the best, with Zach LaVine being a very decent mid-range shooter as well. This is a beautiful sight to see, and these are the things that DeMar DeRozan will add to my team, to add to the Chicago Bulls, and to be an effective leader in this game. And that's something else that we need to mention as well. DeMar DeRozan is going to be a leader, and DeMar DeRozan brings playoff experience and brings that veteran ability, brings that experience. The playoff experience is massive because a lot of our players have not made the playoffs still. Lonzo Ball, I don't believe, has made the playoffs. If he has, I apologize, but I don't think he has. DeMar DeRozan obviously has made the playoffs. He has that experience with the Raptors and the Spurs, and he's done very, very well. People have seen him maybe not perform up to standards when it comes to the tight situation games, but we have a much better team, in my opinion, than any team he's played on, probably bar that Raptors team. So we still have a long way to go, but that's obviously good to know that he has a lot of players backing him up. Nikola Vucevic has made the playoffs. He's made the 8th seed. He hasn't really gotten past the first round, I believe, in quite some time, if ever. Zach LaVine hasn't made the playoffs. Kobe White hasn't made the playoffs. A lot of our bench outside of Alex Caruso and Tony Bradley has not made the playoffs yet. So he's going to bring that level of experience and that know-how of how to compete in playoff games. Zach LaVine doesn't know how to compete in a playoff game because he's not been there. Sometimes you see that this isn't an issue with Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young was absolutely sensational in the playoffs, and he didn't need that level of, I've never had playoff experience. It didn't matter to Trae Young. And maybe it won't matter to Zach LaVine. Maybe it won't matter to Lonzo and Kobe White and Ayo and Patrick Williams and all these players. But the fact that they have players to learn from, and the fact that they have players to, I guess, have some guidance of what to do in these situations is going to be very positive in my opinion as well. We're not going to see players feel the pressure and crack under pressure, in my opinion, if we do make the playoffs. And that's all the things DeMar DeRozan brings. I'm sure I've missed something. I always know I missed something. He's an elite slasher. He gets to the line. He's a mid-range artist. Dead-Eye DeRozan, as I like to call him. You're not going to get effective three-point shooting from DeMar. I think that's safe to say. I think he's willing to shoot it, but he's not going to shoot it at a high clip. And that's something that we're going to have to deal with at the end of the day. Not every player is going to be an effective three-point shooter. You're going to get someone with veteran leadership. You're going to get someone that's good at free throws. You're going to get someone that's going to get fouled a lot. And you're going to get someone that overall is willing to play make for this team as well. This is a beautiful signing in my opinion, and those are the reasons why. It's more than just DeMar DeRozan. He's 32. He's a little bit on the older side and we're paying him a lot of money. That's all the people outside of the Chicago Bulls will see, and that's their opinion. That's their every right to have. But what we see in the Chicago Bulls, we see a team that's unselfish. We see a team that's willing to make the right plays. We see a team that has multiple ways to score. And most importantly, I think we're going to see a team that will gel together very quickly, because these are players that are unselfish. These are players that want to win, and some of these players know how to win, and they can share that all together, and they can go for a good run, in my opinion, this year. But DeMar DeRozan has been great so far in terms of a signing. He's been the best. And the fact that he's already in the Summer League games watching our players and giving them advice and all of these things. He's an incredible teammate already, and I can see that just from him not even playing a game. So I can't wait to see him play, and I think that's what most Chicago Bulls fans are waiting for now. With that being said, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Let's celebrate DeMar DeRozan, ladies and gentlemen. I think this was the most surprising, unexpected, and arguably our biggest signing for the Chicago Bulls. Lonzo Ball is an incredible one. DeMar DeRozan is incredible. Even Alex Caruso is pretty solid in my opinion, and Tony Bradley is someone that does have a lot of upside. So it's all been decent so far, and we still have not been finished when it comes to free agency. Hopefully, we still have more moves to make. Hopefully, our free agency isn't dead yet, and we'll wait and see. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the Summer League game in a few hours from now. Take care. and peace.